Welcome to the future, where the glass is half full and you'll need new glasses, where you'll be jumping from conclusions.
The past is annulled, and a new future is born.
Never before in history has so much meant so little to so many. AD on the radio.
It's you and the senorita whoop a blowing up the tweeter cause it's me up in the speaker knocking the mama seat top down like a player and the sound up in your ears it is the dopest rhyme say I run a game like a cheater.
If you are like me, if you're like me, the closer we get to actually pulling that lever for democracy and electing a new president of these United States of America, the closer we get to all that, the more divorced you become from our political process, the more you've checked out of what's going on, the less you are updating your political scorecard because you're just like, stuff happened with the things and someone feels hard done by and people are angry and there's division and it's a mess and people are lying and people are cheating and people are saying that their junk is bigger than somebody else's junk and that's part of what's getting someone into the White House. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to focus on my own problems and do the best I can. If you're like me, that's how you feel. A lot of people are. I'm in two minds about this because when the clown car-esque aspect of the GOP hopeful race began a little while ago, a lot of people were paying very close attention. I remember me and Funkhauser were all excited to watch that first debate, and I was like, this is outrageous. I can't watch the debate, and I don't even remember. I think it was on Fox News, something like that. Was it Fox, the first GOP debate, Funkhauser?
Probably.
It was like 8 bazillion candidates all thinking that maybe they could be president, realizing that they were probably just on a book tour, but in it to win it, or at least in it to appear like they could win it. And I was so incensed because, for whatever reason, the people that pay the cable bills around here go, all right, well, you get Fox News if you're in the news department, but if you work in one of the rock stations, we don't need to pay the extra 50 cents a month or whatever the hell it is to get that channel on your TV. So I was like, this is total BS. A, I can't watch it. B, it's crazy that you have to pay to take part in something that should be free and open to everybody that is a potential voter. It's egregiously wrong that you do something like that you prohibit information. And you couldn't get on anywhere. You couldn't see a live stream of it on YouTube or Periscope or anything like that. And if it was up, it got shut down lickety freaking split because, hey, you're not paying into Fox News so that you can be a part of our political process. I was like, this is fundamentally flawed here. This should be available to anybody that has a set of bunny ears. This is jacked up. And I was upset that I couldn't see it. And everybody was leaning in, looking closer, because, like, what the hell is going on? How many candidates? They have something called the kids' table. This is a joke, right? This is sort of a joke. And at the very least, it made people lean in closer and want to be a little bit participatory in our version of democracy. And that was kind of cool, I thought, as ridiculous as it seemed at the time. Now, I think people fall into two camps. Ones that just won't let it go, that are following it like postseason sports. Every pitch matters. Oh, my God. Or there's folks that are like, come on. Look, it's ridiculous. Left, right, up, down, center, third party, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's all just a goof, and we're just going to keep our heads down and see what happens when the smoke clears. And if you fall into that category where you're sort of checked out because you realize you're much better looking after your own affairs and making sure that you're in a good position to ride out whatever storm is coming in 2017, like me, then here's a quick update of your political scorecard. The Democratic National Committee had one job, to not produce an absolute freaking train wreck of a convention like the Republicans had last week. And they they almost blew it thanks to their latest email scandal. So what happened? The committee issued a public apology to Bernie Sanders for those leaked emails that made it seem like they were actively trying to F him over out of the nomination and hand it to Hillary Clinton. And for their efforts, they got a real tearjerker of an impassioned convention speech by the Bern, where he threw in 100% for Hillary. And here's the thing. it went over well, too. There was some dissension, but it wasn't absolutely massive. It appears to have been patched up, which was surprising because Bernie supporters, of which there are many, felt absolutely cheated. Hey, they've been stumping for him for a long time. They've been waving his flag for a long time, and they feel like their will didn't matter, and they got cheated out of their will being done with some last-minute schnoogling by the Clinton campaign and the DNC. Yet it all appears to be patched up, mostly because of, well, I think Bernie, Michelle Obama, and Sarah Silverman. We'll talk about what she said next.
Where the left and right come together for fundamental truths. AD on the radio, on Twitter at ADSXE.
Yeah, do what I want, when I want, how I want. Every day you're going and working, running that rat race at that pace in that place will leave a bad taste for anyone, everyone working day after day. So buddy, I gotta say, for you, there's gotta be a better way. Yeah, and you do what they told ya. Company man, feel it, a mindless little soldier. How can you live like that and maintain your composure before it's begun? Your life's already freaking over. Yeah, I do what I
So
want.
Well, Al Franken just tries to be political. He doesn't try to be funny anymore, I don't think. Does he? Does Al Franken ever try and be funny? Has he left comedy totally
I haven't
behind?
checked in with CNBC or C-SPAN lately.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But Franken and Sarah Silverman, who does actively go out and be funny on a regular basis still, both spoke at the Democratic convention last night. Sarah called out the Bernie Sanders supporters when they wouldn't stop chanting his name.
Hillary. Hillary.
The Bernie, can I just say, to the Bernie or bust people, you're being ridiculous. They told us to stretch, so I figured I'd add that. They made me cut off my speech, and now we have to stretch. Oh, I have so much I want to say.
Well, okay, listen what you did. This is a comedian. This is the power of comedy.
Thank God they can fix this in post.
That's painful. Michelle Obama spoke at the DNC as well. She got in a not-so-subtle shot at Sanders supporters for how they've reacted since he lost, too.
And when she didn't win the nomination 8 years ago, she didn't get angry or disillusioned.
Yeah, she also knew that she wouldn't be dead in 8 years, so there's that, too. Bernie Sanders actually came on strong for Hillary last night with his convention speech, not like his original endorsement when it sounded like he didn't want to. And he was like, okay. Like, he actually sort of, he stepped up to the plate.
Any objective observer will conclude that based on her ideas and her leadership, Hillary Clinton must become the next president of the United States.
Bernie Sanders talked to his supporters before the convention started yesterday, and he actually got booed when he said they had to elect Hillary Clinton.
We have got to defeat Donald Trump, and we have got to elect Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine.
The real star of the convention, I think a lot of people feel, was Michelle Obama. She spoke, and she got a little emotional when she started talking about how great America is, and also talked about the fact that she wakes up in a house built by slaves.
That is the story of this country, the story that has brought me to this stage tonight, the story of generations of people who felt the lash of bondage, the shame of servitude, the sting of segregation, but who kept on striving and hoping and doing what needed to be done so that today I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves. And I watch my daughters, two beautiful, intelligent black young women, playing with their dogs on the White House lawn. And because of Hillary Clinton, my daughters and all our sons and daughters now take for granted that a woman can be president of the United States.
Tell you, her and Barack are going to clean up as public speakers once they're done with this whole being president thing. Like, you see Barack doing his little his shtick at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I think that's all he wants to do now. He wants to go out and he wants to not have all the responsibilities, and he just wants to inspire folks by being clever and funny and being the speaker that he is. It's interesting. Paul Simon sang Bridge Over Troubled Water at the DNC. He had a pretty rough time of it.
When darkness comes and pain is all around, oh, just like a bridge over trouble.
Yeah, Art Garfunkel sang on the original, and now I think we know why. It's an amazing song. When I saw him and Sting play together, he let Sting sing that song as the closer of the show. I was like, why you let the other guy sing your song to finish out in the grand finale? And now I think we know why. Sting nailed it. He has a powerful voice to this day. CNN's John King got caught making a joke about the Irish Lives Matter movement.
They claim these immigrants, people like my family, were more likely to commit crimes than native-born citizens. Does that sound familiar?
The Irish Lives Matter movement.
This rhetoric led to riots.
During Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney's speech, and King didn't know his mic was on. Kenney was talking about the Know Nothing Party, a nationalist party that campaigned against Irish immigrants back in the 1800s. So there you go. Is your DNC scorecard updated? Do you now feel involved in our political process? Does it make you want to just go, okay, I'm just going to handle my own business? Because it should.
Don't get the blues, get all the news. We mean all of you guys out there in Radio Land. All aboard!
He's back. AD on the radio.
Give it up, yeah. Give it up, yeah. Bring this on, come on, come on. That's the way you do what we do. That's the way you do what we do. That's the way you do what we do. You do what we do. You do what we do. That's the way you do what we do. That's the way you do what we do. That's the way you do what we do. You do what we do. You do what we do. Well, it's a new one. Here I come again, coming again, taking it back to the place where I'm picking up the pen. And before I started, it's already a killer. When you know that you're good, I gotta say that it's a thriller. Hey, I do it.
So, if you are a talk show host on one of the major networks, like, you're not allowed to take sides in politics, really, I don't think. Are you, Funkhauser? Like, there's hard and fast rules, like...
I don't know. I think it's per host, really.
Per host?
Yeah.
I think if you're on a major network, you can't, because there's this whole idea of equal time, from the major networks. Now, Conan O'Brien, who is on TBS, can do whatever the hell he wants, and he's clearly come out as anti-Trump. Kimmel made fun of CNN last night for cutting away from Bernie Sanders protesters to cover a Boyz II Men performance.
Bernie Sanders supporters booed relentlessly throughout the whole day, both inside the convention and out.
As you can see, they are laying down in front of the entrance. They are letting police through, and the police, if you look over this way...
All right, Miguel, thank you so much. We're going to cut you off. We're going to cut you off right now. We're going to cut you off right now. We're going to cover right now. Boyz II Men, Philadelphia's own, is here, and they're performing on stage.
I'll tell you something. Nobody interrupts Boyz II Men on Jake Tapper's watch.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Like, we have this historic thing. People are lying down in protest outside of the Democratic National Convention, feeling as though our entire political process is skewed and they've been cheated. And you know what? They might be right. But no, let's cut to Boys to Men, because Motown Philly is, in fact, back again. Do you know that, Vladimir Putin? Like, you appear to be a fan of 90s R&B, Brandy Aniston, you being the enormous 98 Degrees fan that you are. Were you aware that Vladimir Putin brought Boys to Men to Russia to sing?
I really wasn't aware of that, no.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because they've got a population problem in Russia. People aren't having kids. They're like, he's cold. There's no place for a little baby to grow up. I don't want to do it. And Vladimir Putin specifically brought Boys to Men to Russia in the hopes that they would stimulate Russians to reproduce. Like, having just Boys to Men touching down on Russian soil would cause people to be like, oh, come to me, my little babushka.
But they're like, I mean, I remember them being like breakup songs.
Right, now that we've come to the end of the road.
Right? Like I mean, no, down
Goodbye
on
to
bending
Yesterdays.
knee, like, no, that's like sad stuff.
I don't. What was the too late to say goodbye to Yesterdays? Isn't that about dead people?
Like, there's
it's so hard to say
goodbye to yesterday.
Yesterday.
I was listening to, like, there's Down on Bending Knee, there's like End of the Road. Like, it's like sad stuff. I'm not trying to get it onto that.
Yeah. See? Well, I mean, they're Russian.
Maybe he's trying
they don't
not
understand.
to really reproduce. If you know, he's like, no, none of you are reproducing. We're going to make you cry.
Olga, you look fantastic in swimwear.
Oh my God.
No. I want to park my tank in your potato field. Wow. Alrighty then. So yesterday we talked about why Funkhauser is getting flabby, and it's because him and Canadian Jane aren't doing it enough for a number of reasons, not least of which is the fact that Canadian Jane's brother is their roommate. Now that is an awkward situation to be living in.
You should see poor Funkhauser's face right now.
She's laughing so hard at me.
Hey, Funkhauser, do you have that music that we were like off the air? Like, Funkhauser provides sound effects and background music for our normal conversations. Doesn't matter if we're on the radio or not. Do you have the romantic music we were talking about?
Oh, yes.
Oh, is it Boys to Men?
Oh.
No, it's not.
No.
Have you not been listening to enough Boys to Men? Because maybe then. Oh. Wow.
So off the air yesterday, we discovered that this is how Funkhauser's love life goes. Hey, Canadian Jane. I've drawn you a hot bubble bath, eh? There's flower petals floating in it. Oh, and wait. Your brother, too. Your brother used your bath. Never mind. And apparently, that's awfully close to the truth.
Aww.
So,
don't cry for me, Argentina.
As a substitute for a vigorous sex life, which releases oxytocin in your body and makes you a happier person, which leads to less boredom, which leads to you not eating as much. There's other ways to be happy in your relationship, and it involves the amount of sleep you get. We'll discuss exactly how Funkhauser getting an extra couple of hours of sleep could fix his problems at home in just a little bit. Right now, though, seeing as we've got her here, we are fortunate to have our intern back.
Yay.
Brandy Aniston, let's have you read the news, shall we?
Why not? The Democratic National Convention has an all-gender bathroom, a gluten-free zone, and receptacles for compost. Cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
all it's missing are professional huggers for people who get their feelings hurt.
Job opening.
Yeah, tell me about it. Also, free tampons for the men. Go on.
Oh, Marcia Fudge was named the interim chair. Was that wrong?
No, Fudge is her name.
I thought I was reading that wrong. Was named the interim chair of the Democratic National Convention. Nice name. Is that real?
Marcia Fudge. That's it. Do you think you'd make that up? Smith isn't cutting it in my political career.
But don't
change
you
it to
think
something
if your name was like silly like that? Like, I don't mean to be rude, and I'm not trying to call her out, but I mean, like, you look at Dallas Raines on the weather report. Like,
Local weather.
He changed his name to, like, get his
no,
name.
he was. I thought he was born Dallas Raines.
Stop.
That's how he became a weather
ju-
guy.
Yeah,
because of his name.
Yeah,
No?
yeah, totally. No, but you would
Dallas
think, like,
Raines.
they
great
would,
name.
like, she'd be Marsha. I don't know, something else.
Martha, yeah. Well, it is distracting. You want to
Yes.
be taken seriously as a politician, and like people are just obsessing on the fact that your name is Fudge. But like, I mean, hey, you need an interim chair of the Democratic National Convention. What are we going to do? I will fudge it. It's like probably got her the gig. It could go both ways. And I do know that when told that Fudge is running the DNC, Chris Christie immediately switched parties.
I knew it. Oh goodness! Wow.
Oh, there was me trying to silently open my soda. Like,
That was so not silent.
Yeah, that was not. I was holding it as far away from the microphone as possible. All right, now that the secret is out, man, there's nothing I like to start my day better than a delicious Mountain Dew.
Ooh, I was.
Anyone want to give us money?
7 Up
Okay.
cherry.
Anybody? No.
Okay. Go on.
Paul Simon performed last night at the DNC, as we heard. That was kind of rough.
It was well intentioned. He had a brief reunion with Art Garfunkel just a little while before that, but only because Art Garfunkel was his Uber driver. Go on.
Oh, goodness. Al Gore tweeted. I can't. Oh, goodness. Al Gore tweeted that he won't be attending the Democratic National Convention, but, however, he will be voting for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, no surprise he'd back Hillary, since he's very concerned about icebergs.
I would like to go, but I'm out of gas in my vehicle.
Well, is he still doing that thing where he says he invented the internet?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Oh, whenever my internet goes out, my first response is
Al
like, "Stupid
Gore."
Al! Al Gore! Why is my VPN not working?" Go on.
Ooh, Nintendo stock shares dropped after the company admitted they do not make or own Pokemon Go. Oh, well, that's it. Nintendo's out.
Yeah. Who did make it?
Pokemon.
It's somebody else. People didn't know this?
I thought it was Nintendo.
No.
Ooh.
No, it was something else.
Ooh.
Yeah. My so Pokemon's whole thing.
I think you pronounce it. I think that's the creator of Pokemon. I don't know how to pronounce it, though.
Is this whole big thing, and it's not just limited to cartoons and games and things of that nature. And when my brother-in-law was at Comic-Con doing his work for DC, I think they're trying to organize some sort of crossover thing. Maybe I shouldn't have said this, but I think they're trying to organize some sort of crossover of the DC Dragon Ball Z universes. And he was like, "Yeah, we ran into a bunch of the Pokemon folks." So I was like, were they all like, "You sit over there, peasants. We'll be over here." Being awesome and owning the world. He was like, they are definitely having a moment, and they are very aware of the fact that they're having a moment. But, Nintendo stock shares dropped after they admitted they did not make or own Pokemon Go. I believe shareholders responded by walking headfirst into a brick wall while looking for a gibbler. Go on.
Verizon announced they're buying Yahoo for $4.83 billion.
$1 billion.
Yeah,
when we say million or billion on this, yes, thank you very much. And if you could say dollars at the end of it,
you have to say it like an evil overlord.
$1 billion.
There you go. Yeah, it. By the way, works. Oh wow! I don't know if that made me a little uncomfortable. Do the evil cackle at the end. Oh man!
I did play a Wicked Witch one time, and I won an award for it. So don't tempt me with my Wicked Witch evil skills.
It's like doing radio with a cartoon villain. I feel like it's Gargamel's kid sister, like coming after us. $4.83 billion, which works out to $1 per spam email received this morning by anyone that still has a Yahoo account. Anybody ever have a Yahoo account?
I have 3.
You know
Is
what
that
they're gonna...
wrong? That's the email
Why do you have
server
3?
I use.
Why?
Am I not supposed to be on Yahoo? Is
She's
that
a
wrong?
businesswoman. She's got more than one.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Got
I will.
Brandy spam at Yahoo.
I have like 200,000 unchecked emails. It pops up on my phone.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to rest safe and sure and smug and happy knowing that I still operate with a vastly superior America Online email address.
Okay, I don't feel bad now.
Bing bong, you've got mail. Still hear it every day.
Wow. That's awesome.
Most shocking part of this story, Yahoo is apparently still a thing. Yahoo made a really good go of it a little while ago.
Anymore. They're going to bury it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they had this whole thing where they were doing live music streaming in awesome quality. I just don't know if it really kind of caught on. Like, I remember for a while, every concert I went to, like, hey, we're the Offspring, and this is being streamed live on Yahoo, so say what up to the internet. You know, it's like every single show is being streamed over Yahoo, and I checked some of it out, and the quality was insanely good. So, I don't know. I thought that was a neat little side venture for them to take. And they did buy, with Yahoo, they also own Tumblr. Are you on Tumblr yet, Brandy?
I'm going to work on that today.
Mm-hmm. Tumblr's great. It's just no one's on it. It's like it's its own thing. Like when I say no one, I mean my friends aren't on it. So like I use it mostly to like follow Met stuff and things of that nature. But it's just it's cool because it's like Facebook, but they allow anything. So you can it's like Facebook, but without the police.
You know, there is a Tumblr of me. It's just not mine.
Right, it's a tribute Tumblr.
Right.
Funkhauser was the Funkhauser. Did you get that Tumblr tribute about you taken down yet?
No, it's still there. You just have to scroll and scroll.
You just have to look really, really hard for our tribute Tumblr accounts. Well, that's good. That means you have a community of people interested in you on Tumblr.
Yeah, I just found it. It even has my birth date as 2 years later. I'm 2 years younger. Ha ha. I'm not even 30 yet. Ha ha ha.
Go on. What else?
Scientists think, cockroach milk. Sorry.
Go on. Say that again.
Scientists think cockroach milk, I can't even say it, it's so gross. Cockroach milk could be the superfood of the future. That was a mouthful. Superfood.
Scientists think cockroach milk could be the superfood of the future, which is strange because I didn't even know cockroaches had nipples. Very odd.
They have milk?
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, the only problem is finding people with small enough hands to milk them.
Ew.
Days like this when I feel untouchable, I try and make up for all the wrongs I did by living my life like a Cosby kid, jamming on the one like Theo and Stevie. I know it sounds crazy, but you gotta believe me when I feel like I just can't.
Now, more AD on the radio.
Back once again, the ill behavior, delivering and giving you my musical savior. Back once again, it's your boy AD again. Nobody rock a party better than me. Back once again, the ill behavior, delivering and giving you a musical savior. Back once again, it's your boy AD again. Nobody rock a party better than me.
Woke up this morning, knee hurt. Don't know why. No real reason for it to hurt. It's not like I've managed to engage in any physical activity with my desk jockey job ever since I clawed my way up to middle management. Exercise has become a thing of the past. I used to be a ripped-toned, shredded super athlete able to cut through life's problems like a hot knife through butter. And now, what happened, Funkhauser?
What happened?
We've become the butter.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But, in addition to that, now officially beating the crap out of my 30s, I wake up with aches and pains that make no sense whatsoever.
Getting older now. I know I'm getting older. I'm at the age now while I'm brushing my teeth, I can talk to someone. I'm getting older. My age, to me, shooting up means the enema bag. I mean old. Well, I told my wife, I want to die in bed. She said, again? You know when you're getting old, you get certain signs. I walked past a cemetery, 2 guys ran after me with shovels. My last birthday cake, I couldn't blow out the candles. The heat drove me back. Oh, you kidding? I saw my picture in a funeral home with a sign, coming soon. I mean, you know when you're getting over, crying out loud. I took a vacation, went to Mexico. I got the walks. Walks. Hello, what happened here again now, huh? I mean, if I hear someone goes both ways, I figure it's number one and number two. I played a slot machine, 3 prunes came up. That's a good sign, too, you know. I mean, this town, you gotta go broke. They got slot machines all over. Even in supermarkets, put a container of milk cost me $238. I mean, I'm never lucky at gambling. Last week at the track, I shot off the opening gun. They killed my horse.
The late, great Rodney Dangerfield about the dangers of old age. We'll discuss how Funkhauser can fix his broken relationship with Canadian Jane, which has had most of the boudoir activity sucked out of it, thanks to the fact that the brother is the roommate, causing him to eat heavily. You know what? If I don't get a little action, I get a sleeve of Oreo cookies. We'll discuss exactly how Funkhauser can fix all of the above in a very simple and easy way a little later on. Right now, though, let's roll through what remains of the news. Brandy Anderson, what else is going on in the world?
Okie dokie. John Adams was the first president to wear full pants. George Washington wore knee-length pants with stockings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pants trivia. Presidential pants trivia.
So, would Hillary Clinton be the first president to wear a skirt?
She's all about the cankle. She is all about the cankle hiding pantsuit. So I don't know if she's going to go a skirt. John Adams, first president to wear full pants. George Washington wore knee-length pants with stockings. And in other presidential pants trivia, Bill Clinton mostly wore his bunched up around his ankles.
Oh goodness!
Wait a second.
I knew that was coming.
Hillary, if you're president, you're going to be out of the house a lot. Go on.
Police in California are calling Dennis Rodman a person of interest in a hit-and-run accident last week. Oh, no.
Not calling Rodman a person of interest? Pretty much the entirety of the rest of the world. Yeah. Go on.
Athletes say Rio's Olympic Village is uninhabitable. Wow.
Wow.
I wonder what happened there. I mean, what was their first clip?
Yeah. It's well, thank God, because everything else. Thank God everything else is going so great with these Olympics, or this easily could be cause for concern.
So, I mean, because I'm not, are they actually on every day? I'm not even watching.
I don't think it started yet.
Oh, okay. Because I was confused. I was like, oh my gosh, if this has really started, I'm not even.
They were just all getting ready and going, wait a minute, that place isn't a good place to.
That place is gross right now.
Hold on a second.
No, I mean, this is in addition to the, Zika virus and just all the other things that are going potentially wrong. It's funny, I came across this thing on the internet the other day, advice to those of you going to Rio for the Olympics. If you go, always take an Uber, don't take a cab. They're crooked. There are no unmarked police vehicles there, so if one pulls you over and asks you to get out of the car, you're about to be robbed and shot. So don't ever stop for an unmarked police vehicle. It's just what you should really be doing if you want to get around Rio is take public transportation, because you can't really trust the Uber drivers there either. But bear in mind that public transportation there is also very bad and dangerous. So it's just nothing. Is there anything good, anything whatsoever good about having the Olympics in Rio? And it would seem the answer is quickly becoming an absolutely resounding no. So, how much time do we have left, Funkhauser?
A couple minutes here.
A couple minutes here. Shall we talk about how to fix
then we got another big one.
Then we got another big one? Really?
Yeah. What?
Usually the time flies by.
This is.
Time has no meaning.
It's a Tuesday.
Here today. It's Tuesday. Well, we discussed yesterday how having lots of sex could keep you from overeating. And if you missed that, the practical upshot of it is that, new study out of York University found that getting it on could keep you from overeating. The researchers found that one of the best ways to eat less is to make sure your body is producing lots of oxytocin. This is that stuff, as we discussed yesterday, that it's the love chemical that your brain naturally produces. A mother's body is flooded with it when she has a kid, but you can get it in lots of other ways. You can get it if you sit there scratching your dog behind the ears, you get feelings of love, and that releases that chemical in you and in the dog, by the way. It's really, really interesting. Oxytocin is sort of like the body's natural antidepressant. You feel great when there's plenty of it in your system, and you can just get it by scratching your dog behind your ears. You can also do it by going out and dancing or singing, doing favors for other people. And like we said on this show many, many times, I'm a big believer that we are put here on Earth to help each other out. You know, the old saying, am I my brother's keeper? Yeah. And here's the scientific evidence of the fact that you should be your brother's keeper, that you are put here to help other people out. If you see, what's the name of the guy? The Golden Circle guy. There's a guy that does like really long, involved TED Talks on this sort of thing. And it's fascinating. I'm trying to remember his name. I'll look it up during the break so you can watch it, because it's something that you should really look into a little bit closer. It will convince you that we are here to help each other out. And it's something that a lot of people talked about, but Simon Sinek, this is the dude. Watch his TED Talk. It's inspiring stuff. But you probably were aware of the fact that doing nice things for other people going to make you feel good on a regular basis. And we'll talk about that and how having a vigorous sex life can play into it in just a little bit. And then if you're like Funkhauser and cannot have a vigorous sex life because your girlfriend's brother lives with you, there's other ways that you can have a happy and fulfilling relationship. Uncomfortable. For Funkhauser.
There's something happening here, and you should know what it is. The Dumbing Up of America. Now, more AD on the radio.
So, as we were discussing, we're built for service. We're built to help each other out. And I'll give you a great example of it. And really, the guy who literally wrote the book on it, I think multiple books on it, is this dude, Simon Sinek, who got famous off of a TED Talk, I think. And do yourself a favor, watch that TED Talk. It's enlightening stuff. But here's the thing. Say you are walking down the street and you see somebody drop a sack of groceries. If you stop and help them and pick up those groceries, you're going to feel good about yourself. Why? Because you're getting this hit of that stuff, oxytocin, this natural love drug that your body creates. It makes you feel good, that makes you feel connected, that makes you feel like you have purpose and meaning and life is interesting. Not only that, but the person who you helped out, the person that dropped their groceries, they're going to feel that way too. And you know what? They're probably going to be more likely to help somebody else out in a similar situation when they see someone else has dropped their groceries. They go, oh, well, that felt good. I bet it felt good being the person that helped pick them up. There you go. Fantastic. I'll go one step further. If you're just walking down the street and you witness this exchange, you are going to have this release. If you see somebody helping another person out, then yeah, you're going to feel better about yourself, life, the world, and you're probably going to go out and do something nice for somebody else after just witnessing it. It's incredible. It's incredible what happens when you put this sort of thing into action. And if you are one of those people, like we talked about on the show, that say, you know what? Everything is crooked. Everything is corrupt. Nobody knows what's going to happen. It's anyone's game. It feels like the world has gone mad. I don't feel like anyone that I could vote for represents me. And I just like what's happening. The world is actively going to hell in a handbasket, and you feel powerless, as so many people do. You feel powerless. You go, well, somebody's really in charge and it's not me. And here's the thing. You can take action. You can make a difference, not only in your life, but in the lives of the people around you. And I would remind you that we are a country founded on the idea of individual liberty. And if you take individual action, it all starts with one person. And here's the thing. Being decent to your fellow human being is infectious. You don't even have to be on the receiving end or the giving end. Like I said, you can just see it happen, and you're more likely to go out and be awesome to the people around you. It's a magical and a powerful thing. And the fact that our body releases this chemical, to me, says, yeah, that old story of Cain and Abel that you see over and over in the Bible. What's crazy about it, it has been twisted by so many hate groups into an excuse to marginalize, to ostracize, to kill, to hate, all of the above. Because, you know, in the old story of Cain and Abel, God puts a mark on him, and that mark has been interpreted by the Nazis as being Jewish. It's been interpreted by white supremacists as being anything other than white. And it's incredible that humanity can twist that and make that the takeaway that somebody is less than because they've got a mark on them. When really what is happening in that story is God is saying, I put you here on this earth to look out for one another, watch each other's ass. So it's a magical thing. The most fun you can have while releasing it in your body, this oxytocin stuff, is doing it. And that will stop you from overeating because you're going to be happy and fulfilled and not bored, and you won't be wandering back to the fridge regularly. But if you are in a position where you are challenged to get busy on a regular basis, well, you need to do something else to maintain the happiness in your relationship. Funkhauser, Brandy, you're both successful at the relationship thing. What do you think the secret is?
I don't know if I'm super successful at it.
Secret is a secret.
I have no words for this.
I'm not saying
I'm not
this all.
good with relationships.
Can't say it.
Can't say it. What do you think it is? Bleep yourself.
Oh, you know what? I'll be honest. I think the secret is, to be honest, is being open and honest in communication. I mean, that's key.
Yep.
And stay off social media. If you want your relationship to last, don't have social media. Just saying.
But it's tough for those of us that have a job that requires that we be on social media.
Exactly why I'm bad at relationships.
Funkhauser, if you had to boil it down, what do you think the happy relationship key is?
What she said.
Staying off of social media?
Yeah.
It's true. I'm not even kidding because, listen, if you even have a slight insecurity about your other half and then you're like, having a rough day and you go on Instagram, let's say, or Facebook, and they liked somebody else's post or whatever, and it was something you're going to read deeply into, and you're like, well, why did you like it? And really, they just probably, were scrolling and double-clicked it or something. It wasn't anything to make you upset, but it'll ruin your relationship.
Yeah, I'm probably like most guys where I'm simple and also sensitive.
Oh, you're sensitive?
Yeah, all guys are sensitive.
Yeah, you guys really are.
I guess, maybe not.
Yeah, you are.
What are you sensitive about?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't have time.
Definitely not me. I'm
lot
not
of things.
sensitive. Yeah, I am. Sensitive over everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that I'm sensitive over.
If you don't give Barry a hug, he gets sensitive.
Yeah.
But I mean, Funkhauser, say Canadian Jane really wanted to go for the jugular and hit you where it was unfair to hit you. What would she say to you?
Take away your Pokemon game?
I don't know. I don't know if it's possible to do that. Let me think about that.
Maybe you're not as sensitive as you think you are.
What would really hurt your feelings if she did? Like, what would really
I guess if she went out
with
with another dude and didn't tell me.
Well, yeah.
Even if he was like a friend.
Ooh.
Would
you get jealous?
Yeah. If I didn't know it was happening.
Oh, yeah. So, but what if she told you? Would you be cool with it?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey,
well, see, that's
go
key.
with Lenny after work today. Today we're going to talk about stuff.
Well, it's kind of like you and I going to eat or something. It's the same thing. We're friends.
But if Canadian Jane and her friend Lenny is out until 11:30, I'll be like, how long was this dinner?
Do you hear him already creating this problem in his head? He's like, if Canadian Jane is out with Lenny.
I hate Lenny.
Is Lenny a real person?
Damn Lenny.
I feel Lenny's real.
I feel like I feel like the 11:30 cutoff point comes from a previous experience. There's a very specific number you tossed out there, Funkhauser.
Somebody with an L name.
Where are you?
Openness, honesty, communication. For me, I think it's all about being nice. Whatever you're going to do, just be nice. Be nice. It's such an effed up thing where you are more polite a lot of the time to a stranger that you don't know about, don't care about, than the people that matter the most to you in this world, whether they be brothers or sisters or parents or your significant other, whatever form that might take. A lot of the time, you're more polite to a stranger than you are to the people that matter most to you in the world. And I think being nice will get you a long way. It's such an important thing. Be nice. Be nicer to the person that you're with than you would be to other people. Be nicer to the person that you're with, that you've chosen to spend your life with, than your coworkers or, like I said, that stranger you meet in the street. That is the person that I think is be all end all. Just be nice. Be as nice as you can to this person, and hopefully they'll return that and be nice to you. Here's the thing: your idea of openness and honesty and staying off social media and not going out with 11:30 till 11:30 with Lenny mean nothing, because apparently it's really this easy. According to a new study, pretty much all you need to have a happy relationship is a decent night of sleep. It's true. Psychologists at Florida State University found that when couples sleep, why did we all laugh when I said Florida State University?
I don't know if I trust them.
They found that when couples sleep at least 7 hours, like how many hours do you get, Funkhauser?
Well, I'm staying up till 11:30 every night.
Waiting for her to come back from dinner with Lenny.
No, I try to sleep in 90-minute increments. That's what somebody told me a long time ago. That's your
90-minute
REM sleep
increments?
cycle.
What?
No, I mean like not 90 minutes like 6 hours is like, increments of 90 minutes. You're supposed to sleep for like 7.5 hours instead of 7. Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, so every hour and a half, Perry's waking up.
So that's interesting, because I always heard it was 2 hours. I heard you spend 2 hours getting to the deepest part of your sleep, that REM sleep, and then you spend 2 hours coming up to the point where you go and roll over in bed, and then it all starts. So I heard that if you woke up during the bottom part of that sleep cycle, you actually wound up being tired all day, meaning that it's better to get 4 hours of sleep than 5 hours of sleep. Does that make sense?
Interesting.
Like if you're
I'd
supposed
rather
to sleep
get 6, technically, if we're going to go that way.
Right. Well, I mean, it's supposed to be 2 full-hour increments. You got to sleep in even numbers based on this 2-hour theory. However, Funkhauser just blew it out of the water with his whole 90-minute thing, and now I'm questioning everything. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. But apparently, what you need to do is you need to get at least 7 hours of sleep. Basically, when you get at least 7 hours of sleep, you're much less likely to focus on the little negative things in life, including your relationship, and you're much more likely to see the big picture. So it's not like, oh, they left the cap off the toothpaste again, son of a what the... It's like, oh, well... We have such a fantastic life together. It's so great to be able to wake up together in the morning. Oh, look, this is squeezed in the middle. No big deal. I'll just roll it up from the bottom and put the cap back on. No biggie. And when you're irritated because you haven't had enough sleep, everything gets under your skin, including the person you're waking up next to every single morning. Does that make sense? Do you guys get enough sleep?
Mm-mm. That's why I'm always angry.
Well, see, case in point, sleeping also helps us keep our impulses under control. So when you're well rested, you have fewer arguments. There's times where you snap at another person and you go, why did I do that? That makes no sense. And you get, for whatever reason, the right set of circumstances have existed in the rest of your life to where you bring that baggage with you when you're dealing with a person that you love and care about the most, and you snap over something little because of 8 million things that happened outside the home that had nothing to do with it. And when you get that 7 hours of sleep, apparently it's that much easier to be nice to one another. So I guess really that is the key. You get enough sleep, it's easier to be nice. You're nice to one another, it's easier to have a successful relationship where you don't wind up doing the wrong thing to the person that cares about you the most. Ooh. Yeah. Wait, the show's not over?
No.
Oh, what else are we going to do for the rest of it?
We can take a nap.
That was
we got some extra time here. We can take a
looking at the clock, being like, yeah, I'm hitting it right on the freaking nose today. I am the god of clock management. Which is something that means nothing to anybody that's not in radio, but being the god of clock management is a big deal. A big deal that is clearly nothing to do with what we do around here. How much time do we have left?
30 seconds.
A minute.
A minute?
Yeah.
Well, let's go around the room. How much sleep do you get, Funkhauser? Forget this whole 90-minute theory.
7.5 hours.
Ooh, you get a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And Funkhauser is very nice, too. Funkhauser is a nice person.
He sleeps.
And are you nice to Canadian Jane? As nice as you are to us, are you as nice to Canadian Jane?
No.
You are. I
really?
think you are.
No, I am.
Yeah, you are. I saw you guys together. You're really nice to her.
We're nice people.
Yeah,
You have to start out
really
being
quiet.
nice people, sort of.
She's really nice and quiet. It's almost intimidating.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if she hates me or if she...
She speaks Canadian. She just has to learn your language first before she starts talking.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so.
Really?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So wait, Wait.
Just bring up Molson and Moose and Justin Bieber, and you're going to be getting on like a house on fire. Plus, apparently him and Canadian Jane get enough sleep, so really she'd be an absolute treasure next time you come together. You just have to take a nap before you go in so you're not all angry the way you usually are, apparently. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow.